homesteading to prepping to common horse sense, we are College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, today what I want to do is I save a lot of seeds, and over the course of the years I have saved seeds a lot of different ways. One of the ways is I string them and hang them up on a string. I'll see if I can't find a picture of that and put it right here. Another way is I've got window screens. I lay them out on the window screens and let them dry that way. I have laid them out on my potato bin and let them dry that way here in the basement. There's a whole bunch of ways that I dry bean seeds. Now, depending on how many you want to dry, I dry a lot of bean seeds. So what I've got here, what I want to do is find out if I can use my dehydrator to dry bean seeds, or if something went wrong. Let's say I lost seed to a bean, but I've got dehydrated beans left in the pantry. Now, here is a jar of beans that I dehydrated this year in our Presto dehydrator. Now, dehydrators get hot. I want to know, did it sterilize these beans? Did it make them to where they would not sprout? Okay? That's one of the things that I would like to know about these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of these out and pop the beans out of them. Some of these beans are going to be tiny, but some will be regular size. And I'm going to do a germination experiment about whether or not these will germinate. And it's easy to break these up. They're so dry. They get so dry in the dehydrator that it's easy to break them up. See here how simple it was to just break those beans up. So I'm going to break a few of these up, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I've got plenty of beans for a good solid germination test. I've probably got 20 or 30 beans here ready to go. And I wasn't too discriminatory about the beans. I didn't worry about looking to see if they might have germinated before they went in the dehydrator or things like that. Things that I am pretty particular about in my other bean seeds. If I open a set of bean seeds and open a pot of beans and part of these have already started to sprout, well, I know that once they're dry and they've already started to sprout, they're not going to sprout. So I've got a couple in here that are like that, but I just wanted to do an overall test to see how many might have been done in. So to do a germination test, it's really, really simple. I take a paper towel and a paper plate. Take a paper towel, and I'm going to do 2 of them, and just fold them over and set them here on your paper plate. Then I'm going to take some water and just soak this paper towel in water. I mean, I'm going to saturate it. I'm going to fold over this part and make sure that it's saturated too. This paper towel is just saturated in water. Then I'm going to disperse my bean seeds over the paper towel. And I don't want them where they're touching. I just want to spread out in there like they would be in the garden. Okay? Now, this paper plate's starting to get wet on the bottom. I've got so much water in it, which is what you want. It's got to be wet. Then you just take a freezer bag. This is just a gallon freezer bag. And I'm going to put these beans in this freezer bag. Now, the variety here is our normal 6-week beans. You can go back. We do all kinds of videos about 6-week beans, and I love to make them into shuck beans, which we'll have a shuck bean cooking video. Well, we got a new Instapot, And I want to try shuck beans in them. We've always cooked shuck beans in a pressure cooker, but I want to try shuck beans in an Instapot. So be sure to look out for that video coming up. But now, once you've got those in there, I want to seal this bag up. That will keep the moisture that was there in the bag. Okay? Now I'm going to press these beans down on there so that they've got plenty of moisture and they can suck up plenty of moisture. So now, what am I going to do with these? Well, in the garden, bean seeds aren't like tomatoes. You know, a tomato seed, it wants it to be 70 degrees before it'll sprout, before it'll germinate. Well, bean seeds aren't like that. I can plant these bean seeds in early May and they'll germinate real quick. So in 2 or 3 or 4 days, we'll come back and look and see how many of these have germinated. If none of them have germinated, we know that the dehydrator will kill them and you can't use the dehydrator to save your bean seeds. So let's see what it looks like in 2 or 3 days. Okay. Okay, folks, here we are 7 days after the after the germination test was started. If you look, you'll notice that most of those are just molding. Not a one sprouted. Not a one. So that tells me that my Presto dehydrators, which get up to 160 degrees, cannot be used as for seed saving. These are, not a one of them sprouted, so they were sterilized. Okay, they were effectively sterilized. Now, if you like this stuff, this homesteading, do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homestead stuff all the time, sometimes 1, sometimes 5 videos. If you hit the little bell when you come to the channel, it'll notify you when we upload a video. We upload every Sunday. Now, with that being said, it's time for me to get on to another thing and know that this is not a successful seed saving technique.